Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In the previous video we have discussed about how to attach external references in the right coordinates with the requirement that these external references were in the same units with the drawing. But in this case we're going to show three different scenarios where our drawing and our external references are not matching exactly, so we have to do some modifications in order to put them in the right coordinates. So we're going to be having three scenarios in which we're having topographic survey and an OS mapping in the right coordinates, both in meters, but we're having an architect's layout that it's in one scenario in millimeters, so we have to check the units. We have to check the units like so, or we're going to be having an architect's layout that it's on millimeters and also in the wrong coordinates, so we have to align it with our external reference. Or we are having an architect's layout that is on meters, but it's on wrong coordinates, so we have to just align it or rotate it without scaling it. So let's go ahead and see the first scenario of these three that we just discussed about. As I said earlier, there is a link for the previous video regarding the external references and how to attach them on the right coordinates, how to ensure that everything runs down smoothly in your drawing. So the first scenario we're going to be looking is having our main drawing in meters. So let's just double check once more our units. This is in meters, and we would like to attach the topographic survey, the OS map, and the architect's layout that is in millimeters. So we want to see how this conversion is going to go. So let's just go ahead and attach. Let's bring that here, the topographic survey. As we see here, the topographic survey is in meters as well, so it's not being factorized. Factor is 1, and we can attach it as overlay. We press OK, and here we are having our topographic survey. And let's just check this northing point just to make sure we're on the right place. 181520 is the right place, and 518600. These are just random points, just to double check. 518600. That's great. The next drawing we would attach, that would be the OS mapping. Same process again. Overlay, factor 1. Press OK. And everything sits nicely. We're going to attach this drawing, which is in millimeters. If we check a random point, this represents a dwelling, a house, and clearly that's in millimeters. We check the units. So here we see that it's in millimeters. If that would be in meters, that will not show up right on our drawing where we're going to attach it. So that's good in this case that we're having it in millimeters, and that's how it should stay. So let's go ahead and close this drawing, and we're going to try to attach it in our general arrangement main drawing. Oops, and so now when we attach it here, we try to attach it, see that the block unit is in millimeters, so AutoCAD recognizes that this drawing says, hey, that's in millimeters, so I'm going to factorize it by 0.001, so it's going to bring it to the right location. So if we go ahead and press OK, we can see that the drawing sat where it was supposed to do, and we're expecting it to come into this location. That's the end of the first scenario. It's quite easy. We can understand that when a drawing is set up in millimeters, we save it in the right units. And if we follow the process in the right way, we follow the right steps to attach this as an external reference, it should come up on the right location. So let's go ahead and check the scenario 2 now. Scenario 2 is a little bit more complicated. Let's just detach this drawing. The drawing is in meters, so if we double check here, drawing is in meters of unit, but it doesn't see it in the right location. And we will do a different trick. we're going to attach here an OS map. We can see that as both drawings are in the same units, there is no factor. Factor is 1. So we realize that this drawing, this XREF, is not sitting on the right location. So we need to pick it up and manually move it and check in which place we should be roughly. So at this point we have some OS style information in the architect's layout. That's really helpful in order to put this drawing in the right location and attach it properly after. We're going to use the command align. At this point we can pick up everything here. As we press align, we press again enter. As we realized here, there are some reference points with this OS style, and as we can see here, for example, this line is the same as this line. It is asking us to specify the first source point, and that would be the source point that we are from the object that we want to modify. So we pick this point, and now it's asking us to specify the first destination point, and we're going to pick that corner. It's quite important here to have the OS snap on. Second source point would be at this location, and we press it on the right destination point. We don't need even the third point. Third point is the final point that align command is using. By this point 2 would be enough. If we press enter again, it is asking us if we want to scale the objects. We don't want to do this at this case, so we press no. And we see that at this point the information we needed have been moved to the right location. So align is a very powerful command in order to move things to the right location. If we detach at this point the OS map, we're just left with the external reference. If we go ahead and save it, we're going back to our main drawing. Try to attach it. We can see that there's no factor again. And now we see that the drawing has been attached to the right location. We're going to detach this one, and now we're going to jump on the third scenario where we're having an external reference that is on the wrong coordinates and is also not on the right units. We would have to either just align this drawing or also align it and scale it too. I would prefer at this point to just align it as well, but we need to make sure that we're also having the right unit set again. So we can see this one is in millimeters. If we check that dwelling, indeed is in millimeters. We're going to attach an OS map external reference in this drawing, and we can see that the factor is 1000. So AutoCAD recognizes when the drawings are set on the right units, when to factorize a drawing or not, in order to make things consistent. So if we press OK, you can see that the OS map appears here. If we move our objects closer to the destination point, it's going to make things a bit easier. I'll align this drawing again as earlier. Again, we don't want to scale. So that's a typical mistake that can happen with the align command. We see that we almost hit the spot, but we are not there. What we will need to do is to move our information and redo the align command. We need to be quite careful. If we regenerate the drawing, we can see that now the external reference sits exactly where it should be if we detach the OS map. Now we double check that the units are in millimeters, so the drawing is set up in the right way. We close this drawing, and now our external reference is ready. See again the conversion that's happening. The factor is 0.001. AutoCAD realized that these drawings are set up in different units, so it's changing the factor to either 1000 or 0.001 according to the drawings and the way they are set up. So these are the three scenarios. You might find them really helpful when you want to attach your drawings to the right coordinates. In my experience, touching the drawings and working on the right coordinates is crucial, specifically when you know that your drawings are going to be taken on site and people are going to be reading and are going to be relying on your drawings in order to build something. At this point, we can also use the cleaner command. It's a custom command. We're going to provide a link for that video as well, how to make our own custom commands. We can load this using the APPLOAD command. And we find here command cleaner. And this command is going to help us to clean up our drawing. Hopefully this video was helpful for someone that might be struggling to attach external references, to find ways how to do the right conversion from meters to millimeters, to set up the drawings in the right units, and to also align any external references that might not be in the right location. That's the end of the video, and if you liked it, please press like, subscribe, and of course comment any suggestions or any questions that you might be having relating with this video, or any other issue that you might be dealing with when working with AutoCAD and working with the design process. Until the next time, bye bye.